Alright, what's going on, guys? I've had a lot of people ask me what all I have done to my car, so I figured I'd make a video tell everything that I've got done. Alright, so let's go to the front to begin. This is a 2014 Mustang. I have the 2012 front end, stock hood from 2012. This is the Saline grill, by far my favorite grill. This is the Boss 302 lower fascia, and then the Ford Racing World Challenge splitter. It's one of the bigger splitters. Actually, I think it's the second, or actually is the biggest splitter that they offer. And it has the supporting rods, and it's actually mounts to the metal bumper that is connected to the frame, so it's not like stuck onto your actual like plastic bumper, so it's there for support. It's very strong. So that's the front, and I had the GT500 bumper on there, and it looked pretty good, but I've always wanted the 12, so I ended up swapping a guy for it. And it also has the bottom fog lights. But this front end is by far the meanest front end to me. So that's it with the front. I actually have my side markers plasti dipped. If you do it right, you can actually make plasti dip look really well. These are SVE drift wheels, 19 by 9.5 with 275/35 19 tires squared. They are pretty wide for the front, being bagged, so it's got a good bit of camber. I'm gonna get my fenders rolled hopefully in the near future so I can straighten them up a bit, because they are wearing my front tires out pretty good already. So another obvious, it's on airlift suspension, or bags, whatever you want to call it. I've really enjoyed them so far. It's definitely the meanest look you can get, you know, slammed to the ground. It looks pretty awesome in my opinion, and everywhere you go, you got people asking you, you know, how do you drive that thing? How do you get over railroad tracks? When you park it and air it out, and they see it. They have no clue how in the world you're driving around when it's literally, about touching the ground. So it's pretty funny. You get a lot of questions about it, but most, it's, on the internet and stuff, there's a lot of people that hate and say, you should never bag a Mustang, but there's actually, it's become pretty popular for people to bag them. But in person, I've got nothing but, well, at Cars and Coffee, I've overheard a few people talking about how they hated it, and I don't know if they knew it was bagged or if they thought it was, static this low. I'm not sure. But overall, it's been very positive reactions. Okay, so next we have the black badge. I think I got it from Late Model Restoration. It's just a little stick-on thing, but it looks, of course, the theme is gray and black, so it looks really well, in my opinion. I also painted my factory calibers. Painted that part, and then I painted the inside. It's already starting to rust a little bit there. I need to redo it, but that whole thing right there was just a big thing of rust. So it looks good now. Of course, you still see the disc, but you don't really see the big caliber, and I don't have Brembos, so they're not really that great looking. So the black kind of just hides it and makes you see the wheel more. I have Roush side skirts. They are, I think, the only thing you can get for side skirt wise, only company. You definitely have to put all the pins that they give you, and then maybe a couple extras, because there's a lot of people I see that's got them like hanging down, and they're not, it's not straight, which kind of drives me crazy. But it's just, you got to put more screws in them for the support. Let's see. Once again, just plastic dipped that. That's the Roush rear side splitters. They just all flow together real well. The back, this is a GT500 spoiler. Of course, painted, match my car. It's got the little black gurney on it. This is the RTR deck lid. Yes, you have to cut a huge hole in your trunk. No, it's not that big a deal. Then you got the Boss 302 diffuser down here. And I have Roush axle backs. And they're dirty right now, but they're just plasti dipped. Plasti dip works fine. Make sure you want them black before you do it though, because once they get hot and it bakes on there, it's not really going to come off. But as far as the rest of my exhaust goes, I just have an off-road H-pipe JBA, and still stock resonators, stock headers. It's my favorite exhaust setup on the 5-liter motors. Some of them, if you take the resonators off, it's too much to me, and then some of the headers, it's just too raspy. So I would, do headers and stuff for the extra performance, but the sound, I love the way this sounds, so I'm not going to change it. This is I cannot remember the company, little shorty antenna. I had one from, I won't say the company, but the first one I bought was absolute garbage. I'm talking about, it had no reception at all. Any station every single one was staticky. So I ended up getting that one. I can't remember the company it is though. I believe that is it for exterior. I have 5% tint all the way around except the windshield. I had 30% tint on the windshield, but I do enjoy driving at night, so I took it off. And before that, I had the little brow over the top, which I wish I had that. I just hadn't had time. Well, I hate taking my car to tint shops. It's just, I don't know, I hate it. So I have not got the brow put back on there, but I would like to get it put back on there at some time. I guess let me show you. Let me pop the hood. Then we'll come back to the inside. Alright, for the motor, it has the Steeda cold air intake, which I really like this intake. It is one of the better looking ones in my opinion. The first gen Steedas kind of look terrible, but this one, I really like it. Just actually cleaned my filter the other day, so it's nice and blue and clean. Got the JLT passenger side oil separator. A lot of people say that it's not the best separator. It might not be the best one, but it does actually catch a lot, so it's definitely better than not having one. Then I have these red line tuning hood struts. If I can get it to focus. Red line tuning. So they work great with this hood. They worked fine with my 13 hood. Hold it up perfect. Even when the wind's blowing, they hold it just fine. I think that's it for the engine bay. So yeah, let's move on to the inside. Let me get the key out. so it doesn't drive me crazy. Alright, so this is a premium car, so it's got leather and stuff in it. But I've got the Boss 302 steering wheel. Absolutely love it. It definitely not only looks better, but it just feels so much better than the factory leather one, which was not bad by any means, but just this Alcantara stuff just feels awesome when you're driving. Shifter, I just have the 2-post bracket from Barton. I had the full short throw, but I never really liked it. The throws were shorter, you know, it shifted fine, but it was real clunky and stuff, like, you know, it notchy, I guess you'd call. So it went into gear and everything fine. I don't know. One day I went and test drove a 15, and I was like, man, this shifter feels good. And then I was like, man, I wonder if mine felt this good stock. So I went and put mine back and left the 2-post bracket in there, and ever since I've been like, I just like the way the stock one feels. So, and then that is it's just a shift ball from CJ Pony Parts. Took like a month to get here, and the little adapter bracket, but I like it. It just says 5.0 on top. There's where I mounted my airlift controller. And I have the clutch pedal extension thing. I think I got it from CJ Pony Parts as well. That thing has completely transformed how I like driving my car. I mean, it's a miracle worker, to be honest. Let's get in here and I'll show you. So before, I'm like 5'8", 5'9", somewhere there on the shorter side. So when I'd push the clutch in, you know, you got to push the clutch to the floor. It's just like an inch and a half, and it makes it perfect. So now I can sit back farther. Everything's comfortable. My distance to the steering wheel is good now. You know, my arm is comfortable reach to the shifter. Everything just feels great now. I'm perfect sitting position now with that extension. So if you're on the shorter side, that's a must-have. I promise you will enjoy driving your car 100 times more with that. I wouldn't mind it being boosted, but I drive it about pretty much every day. I really only drive my truck. There's Huey checking it out. Better not pee on it. I really only drive my truck on days that it's raining. So being boosted, you know, and having an MT82, it kind of would kill my reliability. So at this point, I'll just stay NA. It's fast enough to be fun, and yeah. So I guess I'll crank it up, and that'll be it. Y'all let me know if you have any questions. So that's all the way aired out. And here's back up to the 80 and 60. So it's pretty fast, as you can see. Let me get up here. I'll lay the camera down and try to show y'all this front.